You guys finished the season, and not only in the playoffs, but finding out that you're going to be home for the opening round. How excited, how special is that for you guys?
Man, we're extremely excited. Our original goal was to win the GNAC, and obviously playoffs were in the back of our mind. But we do know how hard it is to make the playoffs from where we're at in the GNAC. So the fact that we were able to do that and host a playoff game is unbelievable. And I think our strength of schedule really helped that. Playing Midwestern State, who has a 1 seed in their region, really helped that. And went back to just playing at home. It's going to be unbelievable for the community, for our team, and I think it gives us a little advantage because we don't lose here. So and we're going into this game feeling confident and just go as far as we can.
Humboldt State hasn't been to the playoffs in a very long time, and obviously you guys want to win. But how much is this for the community? I mean, they haven't seen HSU playoff football since the '60s, so
Yeah.
very unique, very special on Saturday here. How much do you guys want to win, advance, but also for the community and the fans that support you guys?
We want to win more than anything. I mean, now that we're here, just making it isn't good enough anymore. I feel like the season's not ready to be over, so we're not ready for a loss. We want to keep playing as long as we can, and I have a weird feeling that this definitely isn't our last week. And I'm sure a lot of other guys have that same feeling, but it's huge for us, it's huge for the community, and we're all excited.
Obviously, the running game shines each week, but for the passing game this week, how important is that to get that going and open up the field?
It's huge when we play really good teams like the playoff. They have these playoff caliber teams. They know how to stop the run. They have a great game plan. So being able to pass the ball efficiently is going to be very important in this game and however many other games we play.
What could you tell the fans out there to get out there on Saturday?
Just you never know when this opportunity is available next time. We can control. So this year we made it to the playoffs, and we hope to have a lot of fans out there to support us.
You talked about the main goal being the GNAC title. How nice is it knowing that you guys can adjust your goals in a better position, going forward, and now kind of set a goal to advance further in the playoffs?
I mean, it's always exciting when you have a certain amount of games you are allowed to play. You're given a certain amount of games, and when you're blessed with another game, you take it by the neck. So we're hoping that we can keep playing after this. So it's pretty cool to readjust our goals after the GNAC championship. We have that in our pocket already. So we readjust our goals and we take it 1 week at a time and see how far as we could go.
You're one of the core of players that was here in 2013. To see the program turn around this quickly, not only last year, but now 2 years later in the postseason, hosting a playoff game. I mean, what's that like knowing that, 2 years ago you guys didn't even have a win?
I mean, I always felt like we had the team. Even though we went 0-11, we always had the guys, the championship guys, and we had some guys who were cancers also, and we did what we had to do, got rid of some of those guys, but and we kept bringing in championship players, and the mindset started changing, and our work ethic was unbelievable these past 2 years, and so I'm not surprised that we're here right now. It's obviously it's very exciting for us, but we expected to be here, and we're happy to be here.
And to have it start at home, everybody is, I'm sure, elated to be in the playoffs, but to have it start here, knowing how good you guys are, what kind of advantage does that guys give you just mentally, knowing that you're going to be at the Redwood Bowl and have a regular kind of week?
That's a huge advantage. I mean, to play in the Redwood Bowl, no matter what weather it is, it's unbelievable. Especially, I mean, where this team's come from, South Dakota, it's probably close to snowing over there, extremely cold. So obviously it's a great advantage for us. All of our fans here, it's pretty far from where they're from, so I'm not sure how many fans they'll have, but anytime we play in the Redwood Bowl, we feel like we have to take care of business.
And Coach mentioned on Sunday your assistant coaches pretty much grabbed a pizza and took off and started trying to get film. What have you learned about your opponent now that you actually are in game week?
They have a very dynamic offense. They put up a lot of points each game. Their defense is a type of defense that they want to keep everything in front of them, so they don't give up too many big plays. But that we can nickel and dime them, and I think that the way our offense is set up will be very successful offensively. Defensively, I think they have their offense. They have some pretty good players, but I trust our defensive coach's game plan, and I think we come out on top.
Chase, can you guys keep that edge? I was talking to Coach Smith yesterday on the show, and he mentioned, you guys, everyone's patting you on the back, telling how great you guys are. Even if you lose on Saturday, you guys had a Hall of Fame season. I mean, going to the playoffs first time in 55 years. Is it realistic for you guys to go out there and still be hungry like you were when you lose in 2013 and you're 0-11, and last year coming up just shy for a GNAC championship?
Like I was saying earlier, this just making the playoffs now is not good enough for us. We're here now, and we feel like we can do some damage in the playoffs. So it's definitely we're not gonna. I'm extremely confident in this team that that's not what we're here for. We're not here to just be here. We're here to win now, and that's what we are. That's what Jack's Ball is about. So week by week, we just gotta do what we can to get that win, and that's what everybody's about.
I imagine, I haven't seen their defensive game plan. I probably won't be privy to it, but they're going to want to stop number 32.
Right.
What's something that you and your fellow receivers and the other side of that chronic connection can do to, put some points up and do some damage yourself?
First of all, it's going to be every team wants to stop 32. It's extremely hard to stop him. So if they do try to do that, they're gonna leave us open on the outside. So we'll have to take what they give us, but. Our coaches know what they're doing, and they have a strong game plan for this week. So, whatever they do to try to stop us, we'll have answers for.
Real quick, back to last week. You've been up to Monmouth for your third time. First 2 times hadn't got a win. I'm sure heard it's a tough place to win. You guys get down 7-0, stall out a couple times on offense. How did you guys keep the belief and then flip the switch when Jaquan obviously made that run and you guys went on to 29 straight?
Yeah, it really started with our defense. To our defense, they gave up one big play, but after that play, they played lights out, and that kind of gave us momentum on offense. That one turnover gave us good field position on the 50, and then we turned it around and scored, and we didn't look back. So, and that's what this team has. We have this is what we have compared to what 2011 didn't have. Is when our defense makes a stop, our offense scores, we have momentum, and we take that to win some of these games. So, and we all knew what this game was about. If we win, we move on. If we lose, we're probably out. So everybody took that to heart, and we had to finish the game.
I know when you become a wide receiver, you don't get into the blocking business, but I imagine with Jaquan behind you, you need to block downfield.
Definitely.
Talk about as a receiver core, really taking blocking on as a mentality with a guy like him, who there's a good chance he's going to be running behind you.
Yeah, it's huge. We always talk about receiver blocks are touchdown blocks. It's just not. If you can not block and still get a first down, but if you get all the guys up on the safeties and the corners, you could have huge plays. And Jaquan is very capable of those. And since he is, we have to be on our A game. Can't take any plays off because you never know when that play can make a game. So with receivers, it's extremely important that we have to do our job, whether it's a run or a pass.